The regular recommended daily dose of funny is just not enough. Thankfully, we have extra funny with TJ and Riggins.
All right, I have been dying to get to extra funny today so we can elaborate on this, or Riggins could elaborate on it. In the regular old show, the FCC regulated show, I mentioned that Costco has a 60-pound bucket of honey that you can buy. Now, they're all about the bulk and all of that, but 60 pounds of honey, I like honey, but there's no way I would ever make it through in my lifetime a 60-pound bucket of honey.
Never.
But then Riggins said that people would be buying that much because of perverted reasons.
I think so.
So what are some of the things that you picture perverts doing with honey?
Covering themselves from head to toe and letting whoever come in and lick it off of them.
Whoever or whatever?
I was going to say whoever, but I didn't think about whatever.
I don't know what you're getting at with the whatever.
Well, anything that's not human.
Right.
Ew.
And whatnot.
Cats.
Ew.
Yeah. But what I think is more likely is that it's one person covering themselves in honey, and then there's a bunch of other people that are also freaky, and they're coming over to lick the honey off. You remember when they used to do like naked people sushi?
Yeah.
And they'd put like the sushi all over naked people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And I'm going to be honest though. Have y'all ever gotten honey in your hair by accident?
No. I hate just getting it on my fingers.
So think about how hard it is to just get off your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
If it's in your hair, you're about ready to just cut it out because it's like worse than gum. So can you imagine? I don't even want to know where it gets stuck in place. That's terrible.
Yeah, and just say if a guy's got a hairy chest, it gets all in that.
And
yep.
Because people do use a honey type substance to wax, like a sugar wax is kind of a honey. That is disturbing. Yeah. Pick a new condiment. Don't do honey.
All right. Let me ask you this, Lindsay. Let's say that somebody had the world's cutest Highland calf. And they said you could pet it and play with it for an hour.
Okay.
But the only way you can do so is if your husband is covered in honey and the mom of the calf has to lick it off your husband.
Okay.
While you're playing with the calf.
Okay. I think I would make him do it. Now, I don't want it to be a sexual licking, obviously.
No, he wouldn't like it.
He wouldn't like it, but it's not going to be.
Yeah, he can be wearing shorts, and he doesn't have to be on his privates.
All right, we're doing it. We're doing it.
But all over his legs and his chest and his arms and his back.
We're doing it. He's screaming the whole way. Ah! Because you know those big tongues, they're like,
yeah.
Oh, but if I could play for just 1 hour with the cutest one in the whole world, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, if you had the opportunity and they said, all right, we hear you talking on the radio all the time. We raise Highland cows and we just had some new calves.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And you can come play with one of them. You can play with it for an hour, do whatever you want, or you can bring your kids with you and all three of you can play with it for 5 minutes.
Those kids staying at home. They staying at home.
That's terrible.
I'm just kidding. I would want them to play, but 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's just like a tease.
Well, then, it wouldn't be a hard choice if it was.
I know those kids staying home. They're
they
fine.
get to do enough. Don't you do enough for those kids? Don't you give up enough?
And don't they say they don't remember much before the age of 5? That boy won't even remember.
No, he won't remember.
Yeah, they're staying at home.
But they don't even have to know that you're going to do it.
That's
Yeah.
true. I need quality time, you know?
Mhm.
This is my relaxation.
Okay. To have a Highland calf to play with as much as you wanted to for a week, or a really, really cool, expensive designer bag to keep.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, you know my love for bags. To keep for yeah, I'm picking the bag though. But it's
That's good.
a close like I have to really think about it because that's how much I love those cows.
Mhm.
Is
I
that
don't
your number one cute animal?
right now it's trending. Yeah, on my
Yeah.
number one. Yep. Yep. Even over dogs, but like where am I gonna put it? I don't know. I've thought about it many times. Like
Yeah,
how
I
I would
mean,
have to
she seriously wants one, Riggins.
yeah.
I don't get that because here's the problem.
Mhm.
You've got a backyard. Are you fenced in?
Yeah.
Oh, you are fenced in. Okay, I
Mhm.
didn't know that.
Mhm.
You're definitely gonna run into problems with the HOA and people like that. But if let's say take that off the table, I think once the charm of it wears off, and it will wear off,
Yeah.
then you've got huge dumps, huge
Yeah.
poops, and I bet they stink.
And here's the thing, I am a part of the HOA committee,
Mhm.
so I would be kicked off,
Yeah,
but
but
I
I'm
think it's worth it.
I'm thinking though that your husband would be glad to rent out a stable kind of thing. Like if you have a horse, you can put them out on some land and you rent it from the landowner or stable owner or whatever. You could probably do the same thing.
I've
with a
already asked
calf.
him.
Yeah.
I already asked him. He said, I think his words were, "Hell no. Find a new hobby." Because I was, like, looking into it like crazy. It's like, "What if we just get one and put it in a s" He's like, "You've lost your mind."
Now, I'm not exaggerating here. I really think there is a possibility, and if I saw it happen, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think it's bound to happen, but if I saw it happen, I wouldn't be surprised if my little friend Jenny one day gets eaten by a wild animal that she thinks is cute.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what you s I mean, we're
Mhm.
similar in that situation where she sees a bear, right? She just
Yeah,
wants to
she wants
pet
to
it.
pet the bear. I want to pet him. And we have these foxes around here.
Yeah.
And, when she's over here and, before it gets dark, when the foxes come out, because the lady across the street feeds them and, they go get their sandwiches every night. She thinks that she could just get up, she always wants to go pet them and tries to call them over and all of that. Just like with that deer, I had the video of her walking out there and feeding the deer a cracker.
Ah.
Every time she comes over here, she goes straight to the pantry and pulls out crackers and says, and she named the deer Cracker. I'm just waiting on crackers to come back. And she knows the markings on it. And, so she's still trying to do that to make that deer her pet. And,
Ugh.
and she's the same way with bears. I think a grown bear, she would try to befriend and want to pet it and
So
ride it.
the only way I see it is that she doesn't ever need to go to the mountains again.
No, especially up to my friend Mark's place.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's way, way, way up the mountain and isolated, and he has bears on his deck all the time. She'd
Yeah.
be out there.
The difference in her and I is that I know I talk about wanting to pet him and cuddly, but I really wouldn't. Like, I'm terrified. I'm a scaredy cat. She's more, what's the word?
It,
Adventurous?
yeah, maybe or crazy. Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. She would actually do it. So,
Exactly. I get the urge of wanting to pet those animals because they're cute.
yeah.
Bears are cute. They got those little ears and they're cute. But yeah, you just got to draw the line. Go, this is dumb.
Yeah.
And it could also kill me. Now, a deer's probably not going to kill you, but a
Yeah,
bear is definitely going to
especially
kill you.
a doe that doesn't have antlers on it.
Yeah.
True.
But she does have a way with animals. I mean, she's
She's the animal whisperer.
crazy. Yeah, I mean,
And
it's
she's
something.
tiny too. That's another worrisome thing. Like approaching a bear, she's tiny.
Yeah.
That bear would just,
See, and maybe that was the thing with the deer. The deer didn't see her as a threat
yeah.
because she's so little.
Hmm.
The deer's
But a
like, this
bear
little
would see
kid's
her
coming.
as a snack.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
right. That's right.
Mm. And people always look at polar bears the same way. Oh, it's so pretty and white and so cute. And they're the most vicious of any bear.
I hate hearing that.
Yeah.
Because they're so cute. Especially little
Yeah.
babies.
You still think they're cute if you see one of those documentary films where they just ate a seal or something? They got blood all over their white fur and everything.
I think we had talked about that on the show one time, maybe years ago, and I think I cried. Like I was physically crying. I can't get over it. Not a seal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a baby seal.
I know, it's terrible. They're so mean.
They're mean.
They need to go to jail.
Yeah.
They need to go to bear prison.
Yeah.
This is TJ Riggins Extra Funny.
The TJ and Riggins Show is sponsored by the Temple Team. Buying or selling a home is a life-changing process, and the real estate professionals at the Temple Team, they understand that. They're dedicated to providing exceptional, personalized service for all of their clients. Learn more at tjriggins.com/Temple Team. Every year, it never fails. When summer's almost over, I'm getting that fall itch, the Halloween itch, and I want to redecorate my house from all these bright colors to fall colors. Do you know where I go? Lily and Grace in Langtree. They have everything you can think of. Pillows, rugs. You can make your own rugs. You can make your own pillows. You can design anything you want, and they can even come to your house and help you figure out what you need and what you don't need. Go to Lily and Grace at Langtree or go to tjriggins.com/LG.
Everybody's complaining about the heat. Hey, it's TJ, and if you want to stay cool while you sleep, you need some sheets from Cozy Earth. I'm talking about extremely high-quality sheets that are so soft and are going to help you stay cool while you sleep. I love mine. And just like everything else at Cozy Earth, you get 41% off when you tell them that you know me. Just go to tjriggins.com/deals and use the code TJ to get that big 41% discount. tjriggins.com/deals. Be the hero of every cookout you go to this summer by getting some of the delicious meats they have at Big Fork. Everything from the bacon sausage to the bacon hot dogs, meat sticks, and everything else. Get 20% off when you go to tjriggins.com/deals, promo code TJ.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Let's do it!
Now, back to TJ and Riggins Extra Funny.
During the break, I just told a stupid, kind of a vulgar joke, like a cheesy kind of joke. And it reminded me, Ace and I never told y'all the story about when we first started as a morning show in the early 90s. A joke that we did on the air one day, and we got all kinds of flack from it. And we were young. I was maybe 20, 24, 23 or 24.
Oh.
And like I said, we were just starting out. We were learning our way. And in those days, there was a lot more blue humor on the radio than there is now. I mean, there were a lot of shows that did, pretty graphic type humor.
Yeah.
Just not saying the 7 words or whatever that you can't say according to the FCC. So we have been listening to how they do their shows. This is what we need to do, and so forth and so on. Not taking into consideration that we were in a town that you didn't act that way on the radio. You don't do that, and then we were also, our target demographic was women 18 to 34 years old or 18 to 49 years old. And they don't want to hear vulgar jokes, but we didn't know any better. And then when they started complaining is when we learned the lesson.
Yeah.
And
are you going to tell it, or are you just telling us?
I'm trying to think if I can tell it or not.
Because I think you can.
No, I really don't, because it was bad. It was really bad. We should have never done it.
Okay. So how's some way people listening and me and Riggins can hear what it is? Because the people want to know.
I don't know, because the whole thing is just, by today's standards, would get us canceled.
Okay.
You're kidding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even on Extra Funny.
Even on extra, even on extra too.
Yeah. Because It was something that I heard at the mill. It was a
Oh.
joke I heard
Well,
when I worked at the mill.
So so you didn't get fired, obviously, but did your bosses kind of scold you, or was it just the people that were listening?
It was everybody.
Okay.
The bosses, the people, my brother even said, "Look, I know you think that that's not bad, but you know," and he was the one that made me realize, okay, well, that makes sense. I get it. Because
Yeah.
before it's just like, oh, these people don't get it. They don't know how cutting edge we are. So when I tell young people, okay, you know, I know you think that you're the you know what you're talking about, and you think that you know you're being put upon here or done wrong. They have a point.
Yeah.
Listen, you just don't know yet, and it was a valuable lesson, but it was one we never crossed the line again.
Well, right.
And Ace always he always tried to act like we did it to find out where the line was. Like we thought it out enough beforehand. Think this
You're
could
like, we
be
did
over
not.
the line, but we're going to test it and see if this is over the line. And it was just, we thought it was funny, and we thought, hey, we're on the morning show now. We're doing a cutting edge show. People will love this. This will stand out. This will show that we're different than the other shows in town, that we're cool. And it didn't. It just showed that we were idiots.
That that's such a testament to how he thinks, though, or who he was,
Mhm.
because he would always be, no, that was on purpose. We were just
Yeah.
seeing where
Yeah,
seeing.
because that's where I came up with the rule. At that point, you always hear me say that we always said that we'll never say anything on the radio we wouldn't say to our moms,
Yes.
and our moms aren't fuddy duddies. They're not like that, so they're pretty cool. But there is a limit. That's what I mean. That one thing, so many good things were spawned from that.
Right.
Learning
Yeah.
that lesson.
How fast did you realize that you had screwed up? Like, was it almost immediate when the complaints started coming in, or like
Yeah.
when did the light come on? You're like, oh, that was dumb.
Well, it didn't come on. It was dumb until like a day later. When I was talking to my brother. Up until that point, it was like these people don't know. Because they started calling immediately and complaining.
Really?
Yeah, and we were like, I mean, they just don't. They don't know the stuff we know.
Yeah.
We're
They're not smart.
we get it, man. We get it. We're doing what they do in the big cities.
Yeah. 23, you know it all. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just so on brand
Mhm.
for a 23-year-old
But
that's getting some success and excited to be out there. I get it.
yeah, and everyone goes through that, right? Maybe not to that, I don't know, to that level, but I think it had to happen to get to where you were,
Yeah.
where you are today,
Yeah. I mean, you learn from everything. You learn from the stuff you do that is good, and then you learn from the stuff you do that's bad.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Do you, looking back at it now, is it funny still?
Not now that I have kids. No.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not gonna think it's funny then.
You probably will. Twisted.
Oh. You hate your kids. You're gonna love it.
'Cause I think that if I were driving with my kids in the car, this is how I always have to think about the situation, especially when you're on a female appeal show. You have to think about if you're in the car with your kids and they're adolescents or even high school. Do you want to say anything that's going to make that parent so uncomfortable that they have to change the station? So
Gotcha.
that's the way we've always looked at it, and that was something that how. But they'll come up with things and complain all the time. Well, you said that you made a joke about people with brown eyes, and my daughter has brown eyes, and I had to turn off the radio. What am I supposed to tell her? And people will come up with things that are outlandish that they just find to personalize.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But with this, it was legitimate. if I would have heard that with my kids in the car, I probably would have never listened to that show again.
Really?
Yeah.
And I think maybe why it did take you a day or whatever and talking to your brother is because people complain about everything. So you just thought, okay, people complain about everything, but when your actual own brother that has the same sense of humor as you
Right.
said something, you're like, okay, now I get it, you know.
And he
Because-
had kids.
And he had kids. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, I can't wait to hear it.
I can't wait. I'm dying.
I'm dying over here. Let's cut. Cut to extra.
But I mean, you look at things like that, and you really appreciate that people give you another chance.
Absolutely.
Man, what did you do? I'm
dying.
really...
The people are gonna go nuts over this because they're gonna want to know.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do?
I can't wait. Are you gonna tell me and Riggins at least?
Yeah, I'll tell y'all.
Thank you.
Not right now, but I will.
Okay. Because I can't leave here today not knowing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm sure it's probably not good as far as a broadcaster to leave the audience hanging like that. But I just can't. There's no way.
Yeah, you can't.
It was that big of a mistake. Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Were you repeating a joke, or is this an idea or thought you had and shared it with people?
It was repeating a joke.
It was repeating
From
a
the
joke. Okay.
mill.
Yeah, like, I mean, can you even see us doing that? You know, once y'all got to know us, would we just come on the air and tell jokes, like anecdotal jokes? Guy walks in a bar, kind of thing. No, we wouldn't.
But yeah.
Now we might take a joke and then put it into a script that a character does, the way John Boy and Billy do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of show we did up until the time we moved to Charlotte. Can y'all imagine that? We did funny characters and voices, and we had a crazy traffic guy that was a character that, he was in, every morning we'd check the traffic with Captain Jimmy, and it was a scripted thing that we had written out and did funny voices for, like we were talking to the character and all, just the way John Boy and Billy do. But when we moved to Charlotte, John Boy and Billy, they are the Charlotte radio show, always have been. So we couldn't necessarily come into here and start doing the same thing that they do.
Right.
So we had to completely revamp the way we do our show.
I do find it, I don't know, I guess odd, maybe it's my age or whatever, that they were so successful for as long as they were still doing that type of show.
Yeah.
But no offense to them. I just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And it is because of the target demographic that they had. They had, blue collar adult men. Probably their demographic would have been men 25 to 54.
Oh, okay.
25 years old to 54 years old. And probably just like nailing the 40 to 55 range.
Yeah. Because I do remember my dad listening to it, but I remember thinking, this is something,
It's not women humor for sure.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm. And they weren't nasty either.
No, just I would say at the age I was at listening to my dad listen to it, I would say stupid. It was stupid, but that's just how I felt at the time. I can't.
That is stupid.
So dumb.
You could tell that it's that one guy just doing a funny voice, a crazy voice.
Exactly.
Nobody thinks that's a real person.
Yeah.
Don't leave yet. I have to go back in and get my caboodle.
It's Extra Funny with TJ and Riggins. Subscribe to all the shows at tjriggins.com and never miss the latest episodes. Thank you for joining us. This is TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins.